Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf for another Biker's Life Less Ordinary.
RevelatorAlf.
So, just out on the back roads again on the trusty Triumph, and I thought I'd pull over and just do a quick video on something that's kind of been not annoying me as such, but really I thought, well, I'd address it. And it's this kind of, I keep on watching these videos, and maybe I should stop watching the videos, I don't know. But people talking about different types of bikers and different, you know, if you're not rough and tough and blue collar and, well, I don't know, grease all over your fingers, then you're not a proper biker. Or if you're come from, I don't know, you know, a more professional job, or a more where you work with your brain as opposed to your hands, more type job, and somehow you're not a proper biker. Well, I don't know. I don't know where all this nonsense comes from. I think in England we'd say that's just a load of bollocks. Do you know what I mean? I mean, really, people love to put labels on things, and no more so in the motorcycle world. People just love labels, whether you're a biker, whether you're a motorcyclist, whether you're a rider, whatever it is. You know, and I've known so-called, your stereotypical biker, let's say, who might ride a Harley and tattoos and all that kind of stuff, or whatever, and you might have patches front and back, I don't know, and they hardly ever ride their bike, or they might ride it at a weekend. Some are supposedly around the biker scene, or the motorcycle scene, lifestyle scene, but haven't even got a bike. So how does that work? Then I've known lots of people from, who have, let's say, got a bit of money, they've worked their hard life, they've got a nice house, all that kind of stuff. They've got a dog, 2.4 children, all that kind of stuff. And they've got a really nice bike and everything. And you know what? But they've been riding since they were 5 years old and never missed a day riding. In fact, they're real petrol heads, and they just, any weather, rain or shine, they'll be out there. So they're not some bloody posers who, all of a sudden, just don all the leather jackets and stuff and call themselves a biker but never ride. And they're also not a bunch of, toffs who just ride, when it's a bright sunny day on their, Ducati Panigale, and that's it. They're not a proper biker because they hardly ever ride. Do you know what? It's a load of bollocks, all of it, really. I mean, it doesn't matter where you're from, really, does it? I mean, really, does it? And if you think it does, then maybe you need to have a look at yourself. And it doesn't matter what you ride, and it doesn't matter all that kind of stuff. I've done videos on that before. But this whole thing about, if you're somehow, you've got a bit of money behind you and you ride, you're somehow not a proper biker. That's because only you're putting a label on it. That's the only reason. The people out there putting a label on it saying, oh, you're only a weekend rider or urban rider or, whatever. I think some Americans start calling it, rich urban rider. I don't know, RUBS or something like that. I don't know, bloody hell's all that about. Different culture as well, all that is over there. I know what they're trying to get at. In the sense that, you just bought your bike, it's like a middle-aged toy thing, you hardly ever ride it or something like that, or you haven't got the heritage or the history of riding bikes your whole life and all that kind of stuff. Well, that might be so, and there might be lots of people on that. In fact, I'm sure there are lots of people on that, but so what? Who cares? Who cares what kind of person they are and, what history they have with motorcycling? Who cares? Because I know lots of people who supposedly look the bike apart who are exactly the same. They come into it late in life, and all of a sudden they think, oh, it's great, I've got to wear all this and act in a certain way. It is a load of bollocks. It really is. Anyway, so, do you know what? Me and the bike, on the back roads, on the dirt trails, that's all that matters, really. And another thing as well, I got to say about this, about, being part of a motorcycle lifestyle, whatever, it kind of dawned on me today that I think I'm probably out of it a little bit, because I was got scratching my head around, thinking, I don't know what to do today. I had a couple of things to do this morning with my lad, came out and I thought, well, what's going on today in the biking world in this area? Didn't really know. So I've been out sort of riding around and seeing a few places, but it's all really quiet, really weird. So obviously I haven't got my finger on the pulse. Anyway, so whether you're a weekend rider, whether you're from the right or the wrong side of the tracks, I mean, who gives a monkeys really? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm on the bike. I'm heading on that way, all roundabout. Catch you on the next one. Cheers.
RevelatorAlf.